hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the Casino Guitars channel. Really fun video for me today. I've got something new to me at least. Very cool amplifier. Most of you guys probably saw that Mike Campbell had an auction on Reverb, or just a Reverb channel that popped up last week. I saw it. You know that I'm a huge Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers / Mike Campbell fan. We did a video about it not too long ago about why is Mike Campbell so cool. He actually shared it, saw it. Obviously, hopefully he liked it and was flattered by that. But anyway, so I'm a huge Mike Campbell fan. Saw that he was doing a Reverb shop and didn't think too much about it because I figured most of the things would be pretty expensive. So I just thought, why even tempt myself? I'm not even gonna peek. I'm at the shop the day it goes live. My wife calls me, says, "Did you know that Mike Campbell is selling some of his gear on Reverb?" And I was like, "Of course I knew that. Whatever." And she's like, "Well, I have 3 things in the cart right now, and I'm just gonna randomly buy one unless you tell me what you want." Which is a pretty amazing wife move, by the way. So partners, take note. That's how to be awesome. And I was like, "Yeah, we can't do that. We're not buying anything." She's like, No, you have to buy something to Mike Campbell's. He's one of your heroes. When you get to own stuff that belongs to your heroes." So I said, okay. I peeked at the things that she had in the cart. This was one of them. A somewhere early mid-60s, I think 63, 64, Magnatone custom M10, and I believe this is the M10A, even though it wasn't listed that way, because I think it's just one 12-inch speaker. So I bought this thing, or my wife bought it at home on Reverb, and I thought, okay, I'll have to wait a couple weeks. It was at my house by 11 a.m. the next morning. So apparently when she bought it, either she didn't realize or I don't know, she paid for overnighted shipping. And it must have been like ready to roll because they had it shipped immediately as soon as she checked out, which is pretty cool. So I've had it a little bit now, and I thought sometimes when you buy things like this, it's just for sort of the nostalgia, right? And the coolness of having something that belongs to one of your sort of guitar heroes or idols or whatever. So that's kind of what I was expecting. I actually really love the way this thing sounds. It's a killer amp. I'm gonna use it. I'm planning on gigging with it some, maybe not everywhere, but a lot. I did do an unboxing video on my own channel, so if you're interested in that, go check it out, and you get to see the first time that I plugged it in and played it. I was really pleasantly surprised with the sound. By the way, shout out to Mike Campbell. This makes him even cooler to me because looking through the stuff, after she told me about this, seems like he didn't really jack up the prices with like, hey, I'm in one of the biggest American rock bands ever. Most of the stuff he sold pretty close to what it's actually going for, what it's actually worth. And I just think that's cool. So much respect to Mike Campbell for doing it in a super fair, super cool way, and making it where folks like me can have little pieces of history. And of course, I don't know if he's used this on any recordings or on stage. I like to imagine he has. Maybe he never even plugged it in. Who knows? It's still awesome. I didn't even change the knobs when I got it because I thought maybe these are Mike Campbell's settings. This amp, if you're not familiar with it, it's got 2 channels. They're laid out exactly the same, bass, treble, volume, and it's got a mellow, a bright, and a tone boost setting for each channel. There's a stereo plug in the middle, so you can adjust them differently. I think right now what I sort of dig the most is just plugged into the first channel in the bright mode. You just heard it with the volume totally all the way dimed. The bass and the treble both are right past noon. The reverb sort of right past 3 o'clock. And then I had obviously that Magnatone vibrato going with, let's see, the speed is right below noon and the intensity is right past noon. So reverb sounds great in this amp. The vibrato is still really strong. And I'm just pretty pumped about it. So if you're not familiar with this model, go check them out. I love Magnatone anyways. Wearing a Magnatone shirt today. I have a Twilighter, so that was even a bonus for me to get one of my favorite sort of amp companies, like a vintage piece from them, and it just happened to belong to Mr. Mike Campbell. There's a cool It looks like PK scratched into the faceplate. And I was thinking maybe it looks like someone scratched it in backwards. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's dirty knobs and for whatever reason they did it backwards. I don't know. So I like to think that maybe he scratched that in because that's the input he likes to use. Who knows? But anyways, I'm super thrilled, super pumped to have this thing. Again, somewhere early mid-60s Magnatone M10A. Super cool amp. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Do you guys have cool old amps? Do you have old amps or guitars that belong to people that you know are your heroes? If so, we would love to hear about your experiences in the comments. Let me know how you thought it sounded when I was jamming on it. Thanks for checking out the video and for sharing in my excitement and owning such a cool piece of gear. At least it's cool to me. If you have not already, hit like and subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss videos like this in the future. And we will see you next time. Thanks as always for hanging out with us.